Hello, my soapy friends, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Lissa, also known as the Soap Chef on this channel, where we make all things with a rather good lather. I've been a maker in this industry for over 2 decades. We are a 3D bath bomb mold supplier, and my favorite products to make, of course, are bath bombs. But that's enough about me. Let's get right into the video. Good morning, everybody. We are back at Creation Station today. We're going to be making some more foot scrub because I'm completely out. I sold a bunch of it this past Sunday, which was our first event of the season, so I need to replenish. This is going to be kind of quick because it's so hot in the facility today and I need to put the fan on, but I can't do that when I'm filming because it's really lousy and noisy. Okay, in here I've got foaming bath butter all ready to go. I make my own foaming bath butter in a variety of different ways, but the easiest way to make your own foaming bath butter, and I learned this, oh my gosh, I don't even know how long ago, probably 15 years ago, when I used to buy my foaming bath base from the herbery. The only 2 ingredients that they used were SCS and cocoa betaine. That's it. Those 2 ingredients whipped up. I store mine in Ziploc baggies and I put them in the freezer down in the basement of the facility. But one important note I wanted to share with you guys is always label your products, okay? Number 1, so that you know what it is. But number 2, so that you know when you made it, so that you can have an idea of when the expire date is going to be. Now, because I keep mine in the freezer, I'm extremely confident that I can keep that in there for a full 12 months. It's not gonna last that long. I really don't even have that much left, but I just wanted to point that out. Label and date, whatever it is you are master batching. And this is indeed just the SCS with the cocoa betaine. There are other ways to do it. I have other recipes for it. I can get into that a little bit later, but let's get going with this recipe. So that is the foaming bath butter. Let's just give it a little bit of a smush. Well, let's not do that. All right, well, that's not gonna work. Okay, well, we'll swish it like this because it literally just came out of the freezer, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. So it's not even room temperature. It's very, very cold and stiff, but that's okay. We're still gonna work with this. All right, now let's get it back on here. There we go. All right, we're just gonna set that off to the side. Okay, as per usual, I already have everything else weighed out. We're gonna start off using some glycerin. You can use propylene glycol or propanediol, whichever you're comfortable with. You just need a nice humectant in there. Again, this is a foot scrub. I'm sorry, I'm going backwards. This is not the glycerin. This is aloe juice. So sorry. I noticed that as soon as it hit the container, and I noticed how liquidy it was. This is aloe juice. You can use plain water if you would like. We are going to be preserving this. Okay, now we're going to be putting in the glycerin. See the difference in the viscosity. Again, you can use propylene glycol. You can use propanediol, if that's the correct way to say it. I don't even know, if I'm being completely honest. You just need a nice humectant in there. All right, let's get that off to the side, and we are going to be adding our preservative right now, which is our liquid Germal Plus. Let's see, okay. All right, there's that. All right, we're gonna just start whipping this up now. I don't know what it is about this whisk that continues to come off of here. It just doesn't want to stay in. I'm gonna have to get my other mixer and try that one. Okay, regardless. All right, so it's whipped up pretty good now. You can see the consistency of it. You want to whip it until you don't see any more of the chunks. So this is nice. All right, next we are going to dump in some fine dead sea salt. Next, we are going to be putting in some fine grain pumice. Remember, this is for a foot scrub, not a body scrub. Although I have a lot of friends that always ask me, geez, can you make a soap bar that's really, really scrubby to the point where it's gonna almost rip my skin off? I'm like, no. But there are people out there who absolutely adore lots of scrubby stuff. Next, I'm going to be putting in some apricot kernel powder. You can use orange peel powder, grapeseed powder, walnut hull powder, ground up really, really fine. Whatever type of a nut or seed powder that you would like, go ahead and go for it. And lastly, we're going to be putting in our poppy seeds. These are nice blue poppy seeds. So we're just going to mix this all in. It's not a fantastic color, but this is an extremely good seller for me. I cannot keep it in stock. I am going to be adding a little bit of color, but just a little bit, not too much. Literally a dash of color. This is a very, very quick, easy recipe. Very quick. You can get this done in 5 minutes or less. All right, you can see the consistency of that, right? All right, like I said, I'm going to be adding a dash of color, and this is seafoam green oxide. Just a little bit. Last thing is our fragrance. I am using eucalyptus and spearmint. And just mix that up. So that oxide will just give the slightest little bit of a greenish blue hue so that it doesn't look so gray and icky. Because, you know, after you put in all that pumice, you know, the color's just not fantastic. Let's face it. Let's tell the truth. It's not. But it's needed for a foot scrub. I usually sell this in a package, but I also do sell this individually. So I will have a foot soak, a foot scrub, and a foot butter with pumice stones and all kinds of other good things in a little gift set. All right, so this is looking good. It is feeling good to my touch as I'm mixing. It's smelling fantastic. You guys can see the consistency of it. This is going to thicken up quite a bit. It is going to harden up a little bit. But give me a couple seconds to get all my dirty dishes out of the way. Come back, we'll fill up one of the containers, and then we'll do a little bit of a lather test. Just one moment. Okay, I got everything cleaned up. Let's get some in the jar. One other thing I wanted to point out to you guys, as I was looking at the label and thinking, I just told them to look at the label on when you made it. I don't put when I made it. I put a year from the exact date that I made it. So before, when you guys saw that it was 12/19/24, I made it 12/19/23 so that I know when the expire date is. That's why I put 12/19/24, because like I said, I keep everything downstairs below the facility in a freezer, and I know that that will last me an entire year. Okay, clear that up. All right, let's just get some of this in this jar. Sorry about the banging, you guys. I know it's a pain to listen to that. All right, let's get that out of the way. An empty jar, it's about 1 ounce. Take that off of there. We could put a little bit more in there. There you go. I want that to be 9 ounces. And so we've gone ahead and done that. All right, so that's it. That's 9 ounces worth of a foot scrub. We're gonna set that aside. Here's the caps for them, but I have to clean up the edges a little bit before I do that. And of course, I have sanitized all of my equipment as we are supposed to be doing. All right, let's get our water vessel over here. And we've got a little bit that I smudged on the table. We'll use the other end here and just grab just a little bit more. So because this is foaming bath butter, you are going to get some suds. But the main point is the scrubbiness. And this is fantastic for the scrubbiness. Between that apricot kernel powder and the Dead Sea salt and the pumice. And of course you've got the poppy seeds in there too. This is just great to exfoliate all your dry, dead skin. You're gonna have to excuse all these little marks that you guys have been seeing all over my arms lately. I know I've gotten a couple of comments about it. I've had a ton of medical procedures done recently, so forgive me for that. Okay, you guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Like I said, just very, very quick and easy. You can get this done in 5 minutes or less. It is that easy. Store-bought foaming bath butter is perfectly fine, but make your own. It's cheaper. All of us have surfactants. Choose whatever surfactant that you would like. Add a bunch of your liquid surfactants, and you're gonna be good to go. If you want this recipe, this is going to be posted up in the member section of our main channel as well as on Patreon. And something else that I just recently started doing is putting the very short version of the PDF file up on the Etsy site, which is Soap Chef Molds, and it will be going up on my regular website, which is soap-chef.com, for those of you that would rather not pay a monthly subscription to Patreon, which is only $7 anyhow. But if you'd rather not do that and just go up and get this recipe real quick, you can find it for, I think it's like $8.50, something like that. But one final note about the Patreon, that's not the only thing that we do over there. I throw up a whole bunch of PDF files and or Word documents about the ingredients that we use, why we use them, the percentages that we use them in, and usually give you a sample recipe off of that. So there's a lot of different perks. You can ask questions, you can be involved in the community, get the help and the direction that you need. So Patreon is just a wonderful, wonderful community, and there's no snarkiness, no hatefulness, no backstabbing, none of the stuff that you see online on the Facebook groups. Just saying. Okay, that's gonna do it, you guys. Let me wrap this up today. Until we meet again, be kind and stay humble. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you soon.